Thank you to the EA Creator Network for making this video possible. Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today we're doing something really fun, which was actually kind of a suggestion from one of you guys in the comments, which was to build something from a video game, a TV show, a movie, like something from like fiction, I guess. And originally I was like, oh, I could do like the classic like Friends apartment or something like that. But I wanted to do something a little bit more fun and like fantasy-esque. I originally also was thinking about doing like the burrow from Harry Potter, because that's honestly one of the first things that comes to mind when I think of like builds in fiction or like houses in fiction is the Weasley's home. I think that's like a really fun one. Maybe one day I'll do that, but today I decided we were gonna build a Hobbit hole. So for those of you who don't know what that is, I recommend checking out the Lord of the Rings. I feel like most people probably know, but just in case if anyone doesn't know what that is. So it's not specifically like Frodo and Bilbo's home. This is just like if your sim lived in a hobbit hole. So I did include like a TV. I don't think there's a computer. I don't remember. I did build this a little while ago, but there is some stuff that you would consider a little more modern that wouldn't exist in the world of the Lord of the Rings at all. But I figured like if you were gonna play in this build, you kind of need those things. That's how The Sims works. So yeah, I did struggle a lot to get the shape of this build with the roof. I think I used Symphony built recently, kind of a little Hobbit village, which is a really cute video, and I definitely recommend you checking that out. But I did use her video just to see how she did the roofing, because I could not get it to work for the longest time. I had to cut out a lot of this video because I was struggling. And yeah, once I got it down, I did add like a couple little additions to make it look a bit more interesting. So I think this is one of the first videos in a while where I've kind of recorded this live as I built it. So you'll notice the exterior is maybe a little bit longer than normal, because normally what I do is just build the exterior without like the details, and then I'll like go through and rebuild it on camera so that it's nice and quick, so that you guys don't have to sit through all of this. But I thought it would be fun just to, and a little easier on myself, just to record it as it is and then cut out any indecision that happens while I'm picking out windows and doors and wallpapers and stuff, because there is a good amount of that sometimes. Not every time, I will admit, but definitely sometimes there is a lot of that. As you'll see, I just deleted a door that I originally liked because the trim was not matching the aesthetic of the exterior of this build. So this build was really fun for me because not only was it unique in shape, and the exterior is like very filled with things like landscaping. I have this little pond slash river thing going on. I put a tree in the top of the hobbit hole and some plants up there, so it looks really grown in. I put like almost like it was in the side of like a hill a little bit. Not only for those reasons, but also because it was a very small build, and I feel like I've not done a lot of very small builds in my time, and it was a bit of a challenge, the floor plan. And once I had the floor plan, just in general, like trying to make things fit the way I wanted them to and make it look very cozy and lived in, because that was something I wanted when I started this build, was for it to look very, very cozy, and yeah, like someone lived there. I hope you guys cannot hear that. They're doing construction still. This is going to be going on for a long time, so I can't avoid it, and it's actually been way worse the last little while. I did mention in one of my previous videos, so I do apologize. I can't control how loud they are outside. But yeah, so we're still adding some details, just shutters and plants. And like I said, I just wanted this build to look very natural and like cozy and cute and like somewhere a bit different that your Sims could live. So I believe we're building this in Henford on Bagley. Yeah, it is Henford on Bagley. I don't know which lot 13 Nettle Lane is specifically, but yeah, I think this world works really well for this kind of build. I just like how vibrant the world in general is. Like the grass is very like bright green, the plants are like more vibrant. I just really love this world. And the pack, like cottage living is a great pack. As someone who enjoys the like farming aspect of the Sims, I definitely still love that pack a lot. And I'm really excited for the new pack in a way because I don't necessarily play with like supernatural things that much in The Sims. Like, if ever, I've really never been that kind of player, but I think it's different with the Grim Reaper, where it's almost, I don't consider him to be like supernatural. Like, he's just a part of The Sims, like a natural part of The Sims, compared to like a vampire or a werewolf or something. So I am really intrigued, and I think it will just be fun in a weird way to have funerals in the game, because that is something that feels like it's been missing forever, just in terms of like regular gameplay. So I'm excited for that too, and the live career and like all of these things. It looks like a very, very fleshed out pack, so I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I've not bought the last couple expansion packs yet, mostly because I build so much with custom content that I don't feel like I need like the build items in my game necessarily. And I've also not played the game in a really long time. Like, I'd have to check like when my legacy save file was last saved, because I'm not sure. It's been a while. I did build a house for that save file, so I think I played a little bit before I did that, but it's been a long time, and I've been meaning to play, but I've just been so focused on my channel and work and life in general that I've not been able to play a lot of like other games or like things that I've been wanting to do. And I really need to be better with that and make more time for doing things like that, even if it's an hour a day where I do a puzzle, where I color, where I, you know, play The Sims and not build, where I play Planet Zoo. Like, there's so many things that I enjoy doing that I just don't make the time for anymore. And I think I would be happier in a way if I did. So maybe I'll have to try and focus on doing that more. But yeah, it's just, life is so busy sometimes, and just this last month it's been busy. It's been a little stressful. I was gonna like talk about this eventually. I guess I can talk about it now while we're finishing up the exterior of this build. But I did sign up for a platform that kind of allows you to look after people's pets for them. So this is something I've done before in the past. I don't know how much I've talked on my channel about how much I love animals. Maybe I've never mentioned it, I'm not sure. But back when I was young, like a teenager, and I just finished high school, I actually went to college and graduated as a veterinary technician. So I am very much an animal lover. And yeah, dogs and cats more than most other animals, but I do love all animals. Those are just the ones that I have the most experience with. So yeah, I decided in my spare time, or maybe eventually, to make like a full career out of and stop like doing my current job, to look after people's animals when they're away, to walk their dogs. And I've just been in the process of like starting that up, and the little bit of stress and anxiety that comes with that. And I've so far only met with one person that is still kind of up in the air if that's going to work out. I have like another meeting this weekend with a new person, and I'm really excited and hope, like fingers crossed, that it's going to work out, because I just want to get like my client base started, and I can do that, and it's going to be really good for me, I think, to get outside a lot, because no one like tells you when you become an adult that you like have to try really hard to go outside. Like, I don't know about you guys, but as a kid we were outside all the time. Like, all the time. I have a lot of siblings, so it makes sense my parents would like send us outside because they didn't want us in the house making a lot of noise all the time. But we spent so much time outside as kids. I'm just gonna pause that to say we are now into the interior of the build, and I love how this turned out, just in case I don't get to mention that if I go off on a tangent. So yeah, like I was saying, it's hard to go outside. It's even harder because we live in an apartment that has no balcony, and it's just annoying to have to go all the way downstairs to go outside, where there's not really an area that's like nice to hang out. Like, it's loud. We live on a busy street. Like, there's construction outside the last couple months. Like, so being able to go to other people's houses that maybe have a yard, or to walk their dogs, like, that's gonna be so nice, and it's gonna be good for like my mental wellness, and just exercising multiple times a week for a long period of time will be really good as well. Even in the winter, like, you guys probably know the stereotype of Canada having really cold winters. We do have cold winters, so I'm prepared for that. I've definitely done walks outside when it's really cold, and I don't mind it. It's kind of nice in a way, even though I hate winter itself because seasonal depression and just, yeah, it's cold and wet, and I don't like it. I much prefer all the other seasons. As much as I complain about the heat in summer, I do really like summer because I just remember as a kid, like, camping and spending time at the lake, and like, just, I love the long days. Like, there's just something about summer that I'm always gonna love more than the other seasons, I think. But winter's okay. I get over it around the time Christmas passes and I'm like ready for spring, but you know what? It's fine. I feel like the older you get, the faster the seasons pass, so like, at least I can think about it that way, and that it will be over sooner than I think it will. So yeah, oh, I apologize for any jumping around on the screen. It's because of the terraforming I did on the outside of the build, that the camera wants to jump up when I go near that like terraformed spot on the one side of the house. I tried my best to control it so it wasn't too bad. I really hate how it does that. It makes it annoying to build as well. And I know there's like a mod, I think that's supposed to help, at least in the apartments, with that, but I found it really annoying and I didn't use it for very long. Just, it's probably not actually annoying, it was just me that couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to. But yeah, it doesn't happen super often, but this build it was happening a little bit. So you'll notice a theme again of like green in this build. Like, my last one also had some green, but I really loved the tone of this really dark green with this kind of like rich caramely brown color. Like, it's just so pretty, and it adds to like the cozy vibes of this house that I really really like. And I used a lot of just little clutter pieces that I don't use a lot because they're not as like modern looking, I guess. But I do often build modern houses, but I do have fun when I build ones that aren't as well, because it is just different. And I think this one might be one of my favorites just because it is so small and it just looks more cozy because it's more small than my builds normally would be. So that was really fun. I even really like this bathroom, and I feel like bathrooms to me are my least favorite part to furnish, and then a lot of them end up looking kind of similar, but I feel like this one just was cozy for a bathroom, which sounds so weird to say, but I said it. So oh man, I'm sorry, I'm still getting hot. I think it's like because I'm talking and it's still like 27 degrees in our apartment today, and I have to close the windows and turn off all the fans to record, so I can just like feel it the more I talk, and the more excited I'm getting over talking, that I'm just like working myself up into a sweat a little bit. Oh, I can't wait for like a couple days from now when it feels cool enough in here to wear a sweater again. Because for those of you who don't know and might be new to the channel or didn't watch the last video, they turned off our AC until spring, so it's just been a little bit annoying the last couple weeks having no AC when it's been like 25 degrees outside Celsius. So yeah, that's been fun. So we're to the last room in this build, which is the bedroom. I think this might be my favorite room. I really had fun decorating this one. I think it's very, very cozy and just, I don't know, it's very specific to like what I had in my mind when I started this build. So yeah, I hope you guys like this build. If you like the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And thank you so much for watching to the end. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate that. If you want to download this build, you can check it out on the gallery at lindsaybuilds or in my Patreon, which is linked down below, where you can get the tray files and all the CC you need for this build. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you can also subscribe to my Patreon. You will get early access to builds that I have coming and also the occasional sneak peek on builds I'm working on. So yeah, thank you guys so much. See you next time. Bye.